What is up, everybody? It is Marshall Couture, also known as Plex of marshmakesart.com, and this is 100 Days of Making Comics episode, or not episode, but not day 33. And today I'm here with a special guest who just woke up. And he woke up to a good surprise. What's up, Mr. Chris McQuinlan? How you doing?
Good, Marsh, man. Good. Thanks for having me, dude.
Anytime, man. I'm glad we could do it. So tell us what's going on, man. What happened when you woke up this morning?
I woke up to a ton of notifications on my phone, and the Kickstarter was funded, man. It was ridiculous.
Chunk is crazy. So if you didn't know, guys, Chris McQuinlan launched his Kickstarter about, let's see, what is it now? Maybe 12 hours ago. And
12 hours right now, yeah.
Went to sleep and woke up, and now it's funded. And the link is already in the show notes. So if you want to go get a really awesome comic, I would say go do that.
Like, nice and gradual and smooth, and then it just went like that, and I'm like, whoa, what? Like, yeah, I couldn't have anticipated it at all. So, you know, there's bricks all over my floor, man.
That is so flippin' awesome. I can't even imagine. I mean, eventually I'd like to do a Kickstarter myself, and that's the dream right there. Just
Yeah, well, we've been chatting about it on Facebook a bit too, and you were saying you were jumping through hoops and stuff a while ago doing it, and
yeah, I actually did want a Kickstarter. I don't know how many years ago it was, like 2 or 3. I don't know. Wait, let me see, because I came out with my last album. Yeah, oh man, it was a while ago, because I think I came out with my last album 2010, and that's when I did the Kickstarter. This was like when Kickstarter was like, people didn't even know about it yet, hardly. Like, I heard about it through a podcast and some, and well, no, I heard about it already, but then I heard a girl who was doing, a music Kickstarter. She already had done like 2 or 3 of them, and yeah, and
of music, huh?
yeah, it was like this music podcast. It was a CD Baby podcast, and she had like 2 or 3 funded already, and I'm like, well, I'm working on albums, so let me try it. And I tried it for like a super simple, like I think I tried it for like $300 or something like that, or actually I think it was 400, and it funded to 600, I think. So I was like, yeah, so I was like happy. I just wanted to get the CDs pressed up and stuff, but that was in the infancy of it. I'm surprised I even got it then, but for me, it was a lot of it was family. Like, some of my family pitched in, and then you get like 1 or 2 people who are like hit you with like $100 or 200 or something, and you're like set.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like for me, because I've got the comic, because I've been doing inking this traditionally, so I've got 23 pages. I will have 23 pages worth of just original art. I'm like, well, it's just going to sit in a drawer if I keep it. I'm like, I might as well try and use it as an incentive. And that was sort of the tipping point. Like, I think I've already sold 3 original pages, and right there is like $300. And
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that and commissions, man. And like, if it wasn't for Gaz, like, I'm watching Gaz on the week, like him talking about like his commissions and how he has to do more commissions. I was like, well, I'd be stupid if I don't do commissions, because people just want original stuff. So yeah, that was where the tipping point was. So like, it's crazy to think like I've reached the goal, but like, if I have a look now, there's only like, okay, there's 38 backers now. So like, in hindsight, like, if it was just 38 book sales, there's no way I would make it. No way. So it was the original art man that did it. Like it was just crazy. And it's just those few big backers that make the difference.
Absolutely.
But I just didn't expect anyone to go for him.
Well, even so, I mean, I think even, without that, it looks like you had momentum right out of the gate, and I think you would have definitely got to your goal anyways, even without that.
I reckon I definitely owe it to doing these the videos and being part of the 100s group as well. Just sort of having that support group and having that sort of ideal, because you're not only sort of like watching the Kevin Cross videos, man. Like it all started developing, to develop a habit, but the whole thing is just self-promotion the whole time. So like, it's a win-win regardless, no matter how you end up publishing the comic that you've been working on for those 100 days or more. So
absolutely.
I figure like if I use this as a tool, everyone can go back and actually see the tenacity of how involved I am in the project. So
absolutely. And
I hope that shines through a bit in the Kickstarter.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point, because like, a lot of people do the hundreds, and I think, because it was so young, like people didn't necessarily think at first like, oh, maybe I should line this up with the release of a Kickstarter, and some people eventually did, like especially like Ox and everybody, and like I feel like other people did too, and I can't think of it, but I like with mine, I did get like my little mini comic done, and while I was doing the one that I kind of failed at, but I think I had more success out the gate when I did release that book. Like I only got like 3 or 4 sales or whatever, but that's like, or maybe it was like my like 5 or 6, but it was like usually I'll drop something and nobody even knows, like maybe get one sale from like my one person who follows everything, but that, just to like right out the gate get a few, like I was like, okay, all right, so there's something to this. I mean, it's just a little mini comic. It's not my greatest art in the world, so I'm not surprised it was only that many, but I was surprised that it was that many. So
yeah, man. And like, again, like I was talking about on the podcast I did last night, like Kickstarter is just pure advertising. Really, it's it's crowdfunding. So if you're going to do it that way, like if you're going to crowdfund it, do it that way, and you don't have to sort of worry about hoping that the people who just watch your videos and stuff, if you sell the book, are actually going to buy it. This way, it's like, well, if you don't help me. So, although that's probably sort of a selfish way of saying it, it's sort of not what I mean, but yeah. And I've done that before, man. Like all the comics I've ever published before, like not only does it make your bank wallet higher, but it's so hard to actually get out there.
Yeah. No doubt.
Like unless you go out to all the comic book shops, and like I don't know what it's like for you where you are, but like for me to get there, it's an hour train ride, and an hour train ride lugging boxes of books in hopes that they'll say, yeah, cool, stock it. Like that's just not appealing to me as much as I need the exposure. It's crazy. So I much prefer this out it now.
Absolutely. And I really like too how it, like, I don't think Kickstarter was quite this savvy back in the day, but like how you can put it in like Australian, amounts or whatever, and like when I look at it, it just looks like American, USD or whatever, and it really was pretty seamless. In fact, I actually thought when I was pledging that it was going to be a little bit more, and then after I did the pledge, it said that it was a little bit less than I expected, so that was a little different. But I don't know. It was pretty cool though that they have that conversion right there and stuff. So that makes it, especially for people like you or from other countries, because figuring out that whole shipping stuff for especially Australia is always difficult.
Yeah. I did like postage, I researched frivolously, and I'm still scared that I haven't got it right.
Yeah.
Like I found there's like at our post, like we've got Oz Post as our sort of main, postage service, and they do prepaid. So I just had a look on their website, and they're just like one flat price, which covers postage. And they have like your Australian postage and then international postage. So I just worked on that and then sort of just rounded it up just to, just in case.
Right.
Because, that's the one thing I don't want to fall short of, because I've seen too many people burnt by that.
Yeah, absolutely.
By that. So
I don't know if, it's funny because for some reason, like, out of all the countries that, through this whole internet thing that I end up connecting with, Australia tends to be one of the biggest ones that I end up connecting with. And also I'm in like the hip hop community. There's a big hip hop community in South Africa too. Sometimes I connect with people there. But Australia definitely. And like, I don't know if you know, do you know Paul Kajeji? Or
yeah, man,
you've heard of him?
Yeah, we're friends.
Oh,
He
your
lives
friend?
in Sydney, so he's not too close to me. Yeah, we hang out at cons and stuff. So
Awesome. Yeah. So like his I've been a fan of his stuff for a long time. I was listening to his podcast a lot. In fact, actually, I had like sort of a little pinup in one of his books that he asked me to do. And
I'm trying to remember.
I think it was the last book he did.
His Pangaea comic.
What's that?
Pangaea? Was it that one?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll have to have a look. I've got the trade on the bookshelf.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't
have to have a
know.
look. Find it. That's awesome.
I'm trying to think if it's in the actual trade and if I have it handy. I just saw it the other day. I'm trying to remember where I put it or what I did with it. I think it's in it's actually in one of the individual issues, but yeah, I doubt he probably didn't put it in the trade. But
okay.
Yeah, I think it's in one of the individual issues, but it's just like, it's not like a full size pinup. It's me and Peter Palmiotti both had like one, and he kind of put it a little bit smaller size or whatever in there.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know Paul had that sort of reach with his work. That's crazy.
Oh, well, he had his podcast he was doing for a long time, and yeah, I mean, I guess he does. I've always thought, he was pretty well known within the, the circles that, the comic creators that I've talked to and stuff. It seemed like everybody seemed to know him, but it's hard to.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a household name as far as Australian comics are concerned.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Like everyone knows who he is, I would imagine. So.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to know. Like, I have no clue what it's like over there. All I do know is, from his podcast, it seems like Australia has a really good comic, like supportive comic community and stuff.
It is. It's pretty strong, man. Like, I know this folks, I don't get to them because of distance, but they do like monthly, like comic creator catch-ups where it's just writers and artists and just even enthusiasts, and they belong. I think it started off like I went to one when it was sort of still young, and that was like 10 or 20 people. And at this point, like, do you know who Tom Taylor is?
No, I don't.
Currently he writes All New Wolverine. He wrote Injustice for DC.
Oh, okay.
He's huge now. So this was back in his sort of baby steps, and he was at the creator meets, and I still think he goes down there every now and again. So there was sort of some big names that made. He's working on Aliens at the moment. Like, he used to hang out there, and yeah, such a regular thing. Kept everyone in contact and kept everyone sort of tight with each other. Yeah, people would bring books and sell them to other folks or do trades and stuff. And that's just blown up now. Like, I haven't been, but I've heard they have sometimes 60 to 100 people show up to these things now.
Wow.
And that's just in Victoria alone. So, like most, sort of your inner suburbs. And I know there's a few folks who do sort of like their own things. I do like a regular sketch group with a few mates, Martin Abel and Luke Andrew, and a few others who sort of join along. But yeah, like we're all pretty tight down here, and I think that's sort of the important thing too. It's like we're all sort of supporting each other, we're not trying to step on each other's toes. We're all, most of us are encouraging. Yeah, there's always going to be those bad days, but for the majority, in general, it's really tight, which is awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting feedback back. So weird. The Google Hangouts, man, is weird.
Yeah, I did a Skype session last night, and I was amazed how much smoother it was than this.
Oh, really?
I just like Google Hangouts because it's free. So
yeah, absolutely. So let's see, what else was I? Oh, there's also a couple other artists who, actually, I know one of them definitely made at least one comic. And then another one, I don't think he made a comic, but there are other people from Australia. One of them has been listens to my podcast, I know, and he's been like a huge supporter of all the stuff I do, which is really cool. Is Eddie Crosby. I don't know if you know him.
No, that's not familiar name. No.
He's got some amazing artwork. Like, he's one of my favorite art. Actually, he did some work just to thank me for the podcast. He did like this painting for me. I'll grab it real quick and show you.
Yeah.
He did my character Glyph with some of his characters that he makes. Hopefully you can see it.
Oh man, that's sweet.
Yeah, it's sick. Like, he just, all his stuff is like that, and he does like mixed media stuff with like gouache and watercolors and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that piece is tight, man. Jeez.
Yeah. He sent me a bunch of other stuff too. Like, when he sent this, and I'm like, man, this stuff should be like in a gallery getting like a couple $100 or something or whatever, you know?
It does. It looks like gallery quality stuff. Like, yeah, I'm just having a look now, man. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He's in Melbourne. How have I not met him? This is insane.
I think he's somewhat of a quiet guy. I'm not sure. But he does. I think he does have a website. I think it's just straight up eddiecrosby.com.
Yeah, I'm looking at Facebook now. Yeah, eddiecrosby.com. That's crazy. The only two mutual friends who like his page are you and Kevin Cross. No one in Australia likes him. What the hell?
I'm always sharing his stuff. Well, I haven't lately because I haven't seen anything that he posted, but I share his stuff from time to time, and yeah, his stuff is awesome. And he
hunt this dude down.
Oh, he's on the podcast too. He's on one of my episodes of my podcast. So if you want to learn more about him, you can find it through that probably. And then there's another guy who's not a native. He's actually from the Southwest, or I can't remember exactly where he's from. Either the Southwest, or I feel like maybe he said West Virginia or something like that. But he lives in Australia. He moved there a long time ago, I guess. But he makes comics, and he was down with Art and Story and stuff. He was friend. That's how I met him, through the mini comics dump truck and all that. And his name is Nathan Siebel.
No, that doesn't ring a bell.
I know. Paul knows him. Paul Kachazy knows him. So that's another guy I connect with over in Australia. There's been more too, in the hip hop stuff too, and just different things.
Yeah.
But they're the ones that come to mind.
Out of curiosity, do you deal with, just talk to many of the Australian hip hop scene folks as well, or?
Yeah, there's only been one guy that I connected with one time, and he was really cool. And But he said, I think he was telling me there was a pretty cool like hip hop scene there, and like he was like breakdancing and stuff. And
Yeah, I only just recently got into sort of Aussie hip hop last year, man, and like it's awesome. Like, and I discovered one of my mates is like does freestyle battles like every other weekend with this massive like freestyle sort of traveling competition.
wow,
And and like, I had no idea hip hop was such a big thing in Australia, and now I'm so happy for it. I always loved hip hop, but as soon as I heard like some of the Aussie hip hop stuff, like I always used to like Butterfingers, if you know Butterfingers.
I don't know that.
But yeah, like I never went past that, and now it's like 360, Seth Century, Dylan Joel, Hilltop Hoods,
Nice.
like just busting, man. It's awesome. And the more shows I go to, like it's just the more hip hop artists I discover, and I love it. My love for hip hop has come back in the past year. It's great.
That's cool, man. I have to check some of that out.
I've been meaning to check out your stuff too, but it's just I just haven't gotten around to it. I was like checking out your store the other week. I was just like hovering the button, like, need the money.
Absolutely. There's always so much to check out, you know, and people's websites. I try to go through like meticulously sometimes, like when I find out about new people, but sometimes I just don't have time.
Yeah. Very much like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
So how's things going, man? What's your progress for today?
Today I'm just trying to draw monsters for for my for the Attack of the Lizard Brain one. It's like any day that I don't do writing, I just start drawing monsters, it seems like. Because I will need like a whole crowd of monsters at some point in the story, so.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's still leading into
the
book itself. Okay, nice.
Yeah, today I had my lunchtime and whatnot, which is usually when I tend to do my writing and stuff, but then there was just so much going on with Kickstarter and stuff, and everybody's like funding and doing Kickstarter, and I'm like, I was just too busy, like, you know, thinking about that and like checking out links and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't realize Scott was going like to launch his so soon.
Yeah,
back it.
I noticed you guys were both like talking about it, like you were about to do it, and I'm like, I had a feeling you guys would do it on the same day, but I didn't know. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, again, like anybody who's watching, which I haven't even looked to see if anybody's watching, there's also Scott Serkland dropped his Kickstarter today, and I put that link in the notes too. It should already be there. So if you want to help support him, he's got some momentum going too. So definitely go check that out. I supported both of them like right away. So, you know, because I just want the books.
Yeah, I've got to check his out. So I haven't even had a chance to look at it. Like I just sort of jumped on, checked on emails.
Went the books.
Went to post an update and then jumped on here. So I haven't even. Yeah, I'm just like YouTube on chat. All people watching, sweet. Say hello. Come on, guys. Yeah, so I'm going to check it out after this hangout. And is there like an option where I can sort of buy all the books? I remember him mentioning he was going to try and do something.
An opt-in for what?
Like to purchase like his catalog of young adults.
Sorry.
I feel like he said do something like that.
It keeps like roboting out or whatever. Like right when you say the thing you're saying.
Yeah, I think it was probably because I had YouTube open. Yeah, is there like an option where you can just buy all of his books? Just like
yeah, you can buy all three for, I think the option is $25, which I kind of wanted to do even though I have the first two artist editions, but I wanted the actual floppy editions too, but I just don't have the money.
Okay, oh, it's the artist editions too. Awesome. He's put a lot of love into those things, man. Like when I saw those on his web store, I was like, I'm smacked at how beautiful they look.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that was like, because the first one he did was for the Art and Story podcast, the mini comics dump truck, which I also did. That was when I first did my first glyph comic. And when I got his book, I loved all the books. I was into them, and I was friends with all these people because there was a forum and everything, so we were all talking and stuff. And but like his was one of the ones that totally stood out because it had all the like arms and like the crazy cover, and it was just really professional. And I was like, that first time I was like, this guy knows how to put together a presentation, and like he knows what he's doing. And so I was like really into it, and I always like followed him, you know, throughout the years after that. But it wasn't until he started doing his videos that I was like, okay, so this is who this guy is.
Face name. He does grouse, man. It's good to see finally got the book coming out after all the hassles he had earlier this year. Last year, this year.
I know, man. That's sounded like a nightmare.
This year's disappeared.
Yeah.
That'd be horrible. I could not imagine going through that. That's just the scariest thought.
Absolutely. It's craziness. And it seems like everybody goes through it at some point. You know, I really want to like get an account. Like they have those accounts or whatever, like that can protect you from that stuff. And I'm definitely kind of want to try that. I don't know how well it works, or maybe he did have that and it still messed him up with the whole identity stuff.
Yeah, you just don't know, man. You just don't know these days. Can't be too careful.
Right. I'm trying to click on the actual video to see if we got some chat at all going on.
Just before I close, I saw Punk Cat said hello. So hello, Punk Cats.
Oh yeah. Hey, what's up, Punk Cats? Yanamos listening, and Lisa Eldred. What's up, Lisa? How you doing? I feel like she did the hundreds at one point, or she was at least talking at some point with all the people doing the hundreds. I definitely remember her. She's in the Artcasters a lot, the Artcasters Facebook group.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So what's up, everybody? Yanamo, he must be traveling. I saw today that he was leaving London.
Oh man, I haven't even caught up on Jan's video, man. I'm still trying to catch up on yours and Mike's. So.
Well, hopefully I made it a little easier with not updating every single day. I get to a point some days and I'm just like, I'm too tired now. I'm not doing it. Like I do every day. I do my work, but I don't always get to the video.
It's pretty hard. That's why I ended up doing, the weekly videos. It just makes life easier. I can just do a quick one without starting to think, and then because you upload it. You do, man, with these hangouts, and you don't have to stress about it. It's done, and then just automatically upload. So that's easy, which is very clever. But yeah, when I was doing them, I'd have to put them in my phone, edit it, upload it. And, my internet is so stupid that when I start uploading a video, all my internet drops out. It's like all my internet just gathers to upload a video, but still super slowly, so I lose it for 2 hours. So I upload everything while I go to sleep. So, and that's been working. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, Australian internet sucks bad.
Wow. And I've heard that it's actually better in some countries, but I guess not what you're saying, not with you guys.
It's meant to be getting better, but for what we were supposed to get, it's just useless. Our government just royally screwed us.
Yeah.
In that regard. So we just.
I heard in the UK or something it's or maybe not even there, maybe other places. It's super fast because they actually don't limit they don't have tiers or whatever. They just everybody gets the fastest internet, and It's like they could do that for us, but no, they're trying to gouge us for money and stuff.
Yeah. I've got a mate who goes to the States pretty regularly, and he was telling me that I think Seattle, I think he was living in. Yeah, and he was telling me that like the phone plans that you guys don't have, I don't know if it's different for everyone, but you don't even have internet caps. Like it's just your phone plan has unlimited internet. Is that true?
No, not everybody. It depends on what service. And it was like that a lot for a while, and then the phone companies started getting quote unquote smart, I guess, and
Okay.
they started capping it off. But the service, the one that I use, actually is like one of the only services that does have unlimited internet still, and luckily I have that because I mean, trust me, I use that up. We were actually thinking about changing to a different plan, but when when we looked at how I use it, I mean I'm watching YouTube videos constantly, so on my phone, so that I pretty much go through all the data like within a week at per month easily.
You hangouts while you're driving and stuff, so that's constantly just taking up internet. So yeah, like here for us, man, we're lucky if we can like. I'm paying like premium for like I think it's sort of like unlimited everything else, and like, the max data I get is like 3 or 4 gig a month, and it's nothing. Like even with that, you still got to be careful.
Yeah,
sort of usage, and it's dumb, man. It's dumb. Like I hate how controlled it is.
Yeah, it's rough. For sure. Let me get I wrote down a list of things that I wanted to mention. I already talked about the Kickstarters, but we'll mention those again on the way out.
Yeah.
Oh, there's this thing, and I guess if you're not having a hard time keeping up with people, you definitely probably haven't perused into this. But I've been like looking up a lot of different artists and stuff. I guess probably the biggest thing that got me really doing it. I mean, I already was, but that there's that girl who's doing the hundreds now, Holly Brown or whatever. Have you checked her out yet?
Yeah, I've checked the videos out. No, but I've been following her for a while because I love her stuff. So she's doing weekly vids, isn't she?
Yeah, she's doing the weekly videos, but she also is already like you seem to already know she, is pretty big on YouTube already as far as like she puts out videos every week anyways.
Yeah.
So that's really cool, but like through her, I mean, I'm already always like trying to find new artists anyways, but like through her, I seem to like find this huge chain of like people who do art on YouTube, and it's been pretty cool. It's weird. There's like a whole group of like it seems like a lot of like women and stuff who do like a lot of like kind of cutesy art and stuff. A lot of watercolors and stuff like that. And I really dig it because I'm actually like that's my favorite. Like when it comes to like painting and stuff, I love using watercolors, and I'm trying to learn it and stuff. So to me, I love that stuff, and I love that look.
Yeah, I can't remember her name now. There's a girl that I follow who does all that sort of stuff, and yeah, the style is just so cutesy, and I love it. It does seem to be a very popular style from what I've gathered on YouTube.
Absolutely. So there's one, and I really should have probably figured this out before I said it, but there's a girl named Audra and a girl named I can't remember. There's another girl, and they started this thing for this month, a drawing challenge or whatever, an art challenge called May We Draw Daily. Like that's the hashtag, May We Draw Daily. And so people are starting to do videos where they just do like one drawing a day or whatever, or they just fill up a sketchbook page or something like that. And I don't know, I'm thinking about kind of joining in with that because they open that up to everybody and stuff. And
That's a good one.
yeah, I think Mike was drawings a day or whatever, but it's tough because like in 15 minutes it's sometimes not always easy to actually come up with something cool that you actually like. So I was
Really
thinking,
like not just your drawing hand, but you're sort of losing your mind and just let your hand just do stuff and hope for the best.
yeah, absolutely. It's like that's just warm-up time right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So I feel for him, and I was like, I mentioned to it in his video, maybe you could do this challenge because you can just use however much time you need or whatever.
Yeah, I saw another one. I think it was on Instagram called Maymays. I think it was. I think didn't look into it, but I think the idea is you draw a mermaid every day for May.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool. I like that. I don't think I'd want necessarily to draw mermaids though that much, but it's definitely
yeah.
cool if that's something you're into or whatever.
I had some really crazy ideas. I was like, oh, this would be rad. And I'm like, I'll just focus on the Kickstarter this month.
Yeah. Like I would really like to, like, challenges are so fun and awesome, and I don't always get to them, but I would like to do like a challenge every month. Like I'd be happy, like if I had the time I would definitely just to get more artwork done, more stuff in my sketchbook. And
Yeah,
I think
it's such a good bit at these challenges. Like, it's not just a fun thing. It's like your portfolio rises, your skills rise. Like, it's great.
absolutely.
So like, I'm looking forward to October so I can do Inktober again.
Yeah,
I'm thinking if I do that, I might do it as a book and actually put more time and effort into it.
absolutely. Did you see Jake Parker's latest video?
The project, not product one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, that whole idea, like he was saying, like people do that, they make that Inktober into a book, or even just any of these challenges, and I'm like totally like, yeah, let's do that. That sounds great. So
I'm definitely at that point where I'm trying to see how the art can become a financially viable source. And I never thought I'd be like that sort of business minded, but like I've been freelancing part time for about a year and a half now, and it's just like, well, you want to make it a living, you sort of got to think every picture you do, how can you utilize it in every single way. So yeah, like I've got a friend, and he's very much minded like that. Like we're just like, oh, just draw this and just draw that. He's like, well, that's all good and well, but I can't sell it as a print. I can't do this. I can't do that. And yeah, like, okay, yeah, fair enough. And when I see him like actually selling his work, like he's just so business conscious. But I never really thought of it like that until recently.
yeah, it's weird. Like I think as artists, we all kind of start out just doing it because we see something cool and we want to do it too. Like that's how I started out, at least. And
Yeah, just for fun, man. Like I'm gonna try and dig it up. I must have them save some of it. Like the first comic I did ever. It's just atrocious looking.
yeah,
But I
yeah,
want to share it just to be like, it all starts from just having fun, man. Just enjoy it because it's something you can do.
absolutely. So I guess,
I'm really tired at the moment, so I apologize if I'm not making much sense.
oh, that's all right. That's all right, man. Um, I think you're doing fine. Unfortunately, like I think the internet connection sometimes is breaking up your voice a little bit. But that's okay. I think we're getting most of it.
Good, good.
Um, So, oh, I was gonna say, like, what was it kind of that got you into art initially?
Um, Initially, like I was just always the drawer as a kid, and I think it was like Dragon Ball Z when I first watched Dragon Ball Z. I could not stop drawing them, and conveniently, like, around the same time, my brother was a removalist, and he helped move this lady. Um, and for some reason, like I was brought up here. My brother mentioned that I was like to draw, silly little cartoons, and she knew a guy who taught art, and like he was a cartoonist, and he'd done work for the Phantom. He was doing like a regular magazine pin-ups for like magazines in Australia and stuff, and yeah, kids classes. So I called him up and ended up going, and this was like, I think I was like 13 or 14 at the time, and that was it. Like from that point, it stopped becoming a hobby and become something that I wanted to do every day, and just turned into a habit. Like he was the one who was like draw every day, and even for half an hour, and he taught me all the fundamentals that I needed to know that sort of brought me to where I am today. And yeah, so that was probably the point. Like if I hadn't done those classes, it probably would have still just be like something I did until I was like 20, until I got a full-time job.
Right.
So, yeah, like that was sort of the tipping point to go, okay, this is a reality. This guy is doing it for a living. He's working for magazines. He's teaching other kids how to draw, and he's created a full business around his talent that he's developed over the years. And yeah, I saw that, and I remember too, like I'd only been drawing for a couple of years with him, and like I found out some of the stuff that he was doing, and I sort of ignorantly asked him like, oh, could I maybe help you color some of the stuff that you do? And like I had no concept of digital coloring or anything. He sort of let me off lightly. He's like, oh, you're not sort of at that level yet, but if you keep at it in the future, maybe we can work together. And ironically enough, like 5 years later, I was working for him, and coloring his strips and his pinups and everything for the magazine, and getting paid for it. So
Wow.
yeah, and then it just blew up. It was the snowball effect. I mean, like it was 20 years of snowball effect, to where I am today. But
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
What
cool
about you,
that
man?
you were. That's cool that you were able to kind of find that right close to when you were first getting into it. Really,
Yeah, that's it. And there's no one else that I know of who does that in this area, which is really sad because yeah, I was super lucky, and that's how I met one of my best friends today too. Was in that class, and like he lived like hours away from me, and now like the bestest of friends, and yeah, he was my best man at my wedding. So yeah, like that class was just the whole thing for me. Like yeah, I couldn't even imagine what would happen if I didn't do that class. Like where I would be today. But, yeah.
That's awesome. There was actually like when I was younger, I was into draw. I wanted to draw comics and whatnot. So like, we happened to meet somebody in an art store that was in the mall, which has been gone forever now. But and he was like, somehow we found out he was a comic artist. I think I was looking for like Crow Quill Nibs, because How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way told me to get that. And so I was like, okay. And when I did get it, I had no clue how to use it. But this guy like kind of told us, about that. And then my mom like got his number, thinking, well, maybe he could help help me to like kind of figure out how to do it and stuff. And I mean, this is a long time ago. This is like 25 years or so ago. But maybe even longer. But yeah, he was but I guess she called him, and he was like kind of hesitant to do it, but he was like, yeah, maybe I could, but would you mind, like, you might not the stuff that I draw, like, you might not be into it, like. And basically he drew like scantily clad women or something. Like, I don't think he was drawing like porn or anything, but you know, he drew like the superhero women type of stuff, but maybe a little more, you know, risque or whatever. So I don't know. I think my mom was like, I don't know, maybe this guy's a creepy guy. I don't think I want you to do it. And it just like never happened. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe that was good. Maybe, but maybe also like I kind of missed an opportunity there.
Yeah, the guy who was teaching me, like, I think if my parents knew the comic strip that he was writing for this magazine, man, oh, they would have pulled me out quick smart.
Nice. But
I just realized what the time is, man, so I might have to sort of cut it short soon.
That's fine.
I've got the regulars coming around for morning, so yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah, we no doubt. It's I wonder how long we have been on. I don't think this says, but yeah, it is getting a little later. So yeah, absolutely, man. We'll let you go. I just want to say again, like, you know, again, congratulations, and you know, if anybody is interested, you know, definitely go check out Chris's Kickstarter, and I would say grab a book. See if you can get some original art. They might be gone by now. We've been talking for an hour, so.
Oh, thanks so much for the support, man. It means a lot. It really does.
Absolutely, man. Anytime.
Hopefully we can do another one soon.
Definitely. So I guess just like I said, the link's in the show notes, but just as we're signing out, let everybody know like where they can find you.
Yeah, cool. You can pretty much find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter under the handle Chris McQuinlan Art. And if you're interested in the comic for the Kickstarter, you can just find that at Nevermorrow on Instagram and Facebook as well. So yeah, it's all pretty easy. Or you can just Google it. Just Google Chris McQuinlan, you'll find something.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm glad I was able to chat with you. We were able to connect. It's always hard between the time zones and stuff, but this kind of just worked out. But once again, man, congratulations. And
Thanks.
this is going to end the session. I'm going to end it right now. But, you know, just I think it's awesome. Everybody else, you know, if you want to check out my stuff, it's marshmakesart.com. You can find me everywhere online on Marsh Makes Art. Also, check out Scott's Kickstarter.
Yes.
It's actually he made a URL for it, so it's actually younginthedead.com. If you go to that, it brings it right to the Kickstarter. But there's also a link in the show notes, so check that out. Support. And thank you guys for watching.
Catch us later.
Later.